Welcome back to the Temple of Tomes with your host, Indie Comics Jones. Today is August 13th, 2020, and this is episode 68. And today we're going to take a look at Judge Dredd, False Witness, second issue, coming out from IDW, $3.99 issue. I don't remember if I reviewed the first one. I think I did. I enjoyed the first issue of this. It's about a courier who's a mutant that came in from the wasteland, and he's in one of the city blocks now, kind of living underground, and he was tried to get into the Justice Academy and was a washout. So he does have skills. He is a mutant, so he's very quick, very agile, and he's taken on this sub-business of being a courier of sorts. I guess he acquires things and then brings them to his client for a good price, and he's using this money to help others. Basically, any money he gets. Now, in the first issue, he gets stopped by Judge Dredd and a few other the judges, and then something happens where he's able to escape. There's another conflict with a robot or something. I can't exactly recall. But he does escape, and there's a chase that ensues through the sewers of this different city blocks, and he does escape and make it all the way to his client. Now, that's where we pick this up again. And the guy's name, I think it's Matthias Lincoln, and he's been in hot pursuit by Judge Dredd. Let's take a look at the stories by Brandon Easton. The art is by Kei Zama. Colors are Eva de la Cruz, and the rest is rest. Okay. So basically, he has brought it to Dr. Filth is his name, and what he's found out is he thought he was delivering a certain item, and it turns out what he's delivering is some kind of radioactive agent that dissolves human flesh, and this Dr. Filth is using it on the mutant children to extract a certain, it's gene or something to create a kind of an immortality drug, and which he can sell to the most wealthy people, obviously. And he has his own media empire, this Mr. Filth. It's supposed to be based on the Fox network. This issue got really, really woke. It got really, really social justice-y. And it kind of flipped a few things that are happening right now in that direction. So I think I'm seeing this in a lot of comics where they start out one way and suddenly they get real political. And this is one, and unfortunately, I was loving this series, but I can no longer recommend it. So basically, I'll give you a little rundown of the story here. He's very disturbed that he's delivering this agent to this guy, and this guy tells him he's not going to pay him, but he lets him leave for some reason. I don't understand this. So he goes to this place, Noodles to Go, which is really a hookah joint. And in the meantime, the judges are watching all that's going on. They see the civil unrest is rising, and it's not your Antifas and of Black Lives Matter type people. It's actually the conservatives, the landowners. They're the ones that are rising up because they do not like the influx of the immigrant population, and they're getting very militant suddenly. And if you recall the way it worked before, a lot of these guys that did get militant against immigration, they went down to the border basically and protected the border. They're actually going after the police department, which I think they'd be pro-police, but they're starting to file out front against the riot police there. And so we see this great shot here, and they've got actually armor. They're going, how are these guys getting armed? They got some fantastic arms and stuff. They're all coming out from different city blocks to confront the judges. So in the meantime, our hero Matthias Lincoln and that's his alias, actually. He makes it to the hookah joint called Noodles to Go, and I guess he takes something too powerful. It knocks him out. He's just sound asleep. And in the meantime, the hookah joint gets attacked. He's having a flashback while it's getting attacked because he's out cold about when he's a child and he's trying to escape with his friend Simon. And their goal is to make it to the city. They're going to smuggle themselves into the city and become judges. And his friend even gets a tattoo of like a judge symbol down here. It plays like I guess a semi-important part towards the end. And Matthias gets a tattoo as well, because they talk about if they don't make it through the wasteland, sometimes all that's left is their tattoo, and that's the only way they can identify them. So they go off. They're going to try to find a tunnel to get into, but they get attacked by cannibals on the way. He still makes it. And this is kind of his flashback dream. Then he wakes up suddenly. He discovers that the hookah joint's under attack, and it's not the judges. It's these vigilante homeowner that are taking it. He kills the hookah owner. She gets killed. And then, in the meantime, our hero Matthias is able to take down all these, because he was trained as a judge basically, but he washed out, and you can see the brains coming out of the back of this guy's head. That's pretty cool looking. So he goes and sends a special message to one of the judge techs just to let him know what's going on, that he's discovered all this thing about Dr. Filth. And it's next morning, Judge Dredd figures out that it's from the guy he's chasing. So he's out to find him. He's confronted by, I guess it's Dr. Filth's kid. I'm not sure, but he knocks out him and all his friends. You can see his shoe flying off, and his friends grab everything they can and carry him back. I guess his shoe, his gun. I don't think he killed him, but he just takes him away. So it goes on, and then the judges come up against this robot judge, and just kind of this robot judge actually breaks into the media station and attacks Shannon O'Shannon, who's one of the ones that works for Dr. Filth. She's like a news anchor herself. And so she's confronting Judge Dredd, and he's having nothing for it. And he's saying, "I'm coming for you." And Filth, Dr. Filth, like it's like Dr. Phil maybe? I don't know. But he's an evil white guy. Surprise, surprise. And in the meantime, our friend Matthias makes it back to his apartment. He's really wiped out. He's tired. He gets inside. He climbs in through the window because he doesn't want to be spotted. And he's shot in the kneecaps, it looks like, by Dr. Filth has shown up. But in the meantime, one of these judge robots breaks through and takes out Dr. Filth. It's just kind of makes sense, really. Kind of cracks his neck there, and then self-destructs. And Matthias looks, and he sees the symbol that was on his friends that he thought was killed in the wasteland. And I guess he became a robot of some kind. So it doesn't really explain it. I guess next month maybe I'll go into more detail, but Judge Dredd is still looking for this courier. But looks like Dr. Filth is dead. I'm assuming it's Dr. Filth. I was trying to match him up with other pictures in here. They really don't say. He just says, I should have never left you leave my apartment, and I'm thinking that was the apartment at the very beginning of the story. So it's a little tough to figure that one out. I did read it twice, and that's the story. So suddenly this turned from a recommend to a not recommend, and going into the second issue. Save your money. I'll probably get the third issue anyway because I have a friend that likes Judge Dredd. I'm going to send it to him. Here's some other artwork that showed up in here. That is the cover, the actual cover that we saw here. it's a nice drawing and everything. I think you could have made some more detail, and then you've got these wide open spots here that, your eye kind of goes here a little bit, because this is all too much the same color to me. It doesn't, you could really do some differentiation there and some more depth. And this part here looks okay, and this part here looks okay, but the rest of it just kind of blends in together to me. And there's one of those robot judges, just says judge on it. And that's what we got. So I'm assuming this is the other variant cover that was available for this issue. So it's not a recommend, it's not horrible, but it's getting a little on the woke side as far as the politics and everything going on in here. They're kind of flipping the agenda. To me, they are to not what's indicative of what's going on right now out there for real life. So they're, maybe it's a little clever, but anyway, this is Indie Comics Jones. Please subscribe, please like, please comment. I'll see you next time. I've got a bunch more comics to review, and I thank you for stopping by the Temple of Tomes. Have a great weekend.